Every day is a dance. The work begins at 3 a.m.
I got this thing.
That's when crews at the San Francisco and Marin County Food Bank start assembling the day's orders.
And then I have another crew that comes in around 5 o'clock. They start routing all the runs to be delivered for that day.
A typical day, I start here at 6:30.
A truck will pull in, the drivers will unload everything. Volunteer services will bring in people to help us to repack some of the fresh fruit and produce because a lot of our agency sites aren't able to accommodate the large bins that they come in.
Then it's back out the door by 9 a.m. with tailor-made totes of food.
I do about 3 trips a day.
The calculated choreography distributes more than 45 million pounds of food every year. But perhaps even more profound these days is who that food goes to.
Beautiful peppers.
A few years ago, we would have been on the other end. We would have been the people making the donations. And now we're kind of at the other end. As we come to the end of the week, we ask just for a little more energy to make it through till Friday.
Mike and Kathleen Wilson live in Marin County and are raising their granddaughter, Alyssa. Mike is a full-time student in seminary school, and Kathleen works part-time at the Marin Child Care Council.
We made this life career change a few years ago, and that brought us here in our swanky 2-bedroom townhouse in San Anselmo. Things are very expensive in Marin. We had not planned on it being so expensive.
You know, we take a look at our savings account, and there are times I just kind of take a deep breath.
Mike and Kathleen were thrilled when the Fairfax Food Pantry opened, mainly because they wanted to volunteer, but the family was gracious to be able to receive as well.
It may not seem like a lot, but 40 or 50 bucks a month, you know, if that's what we're saving on groceries, that can make a huge difference.
I think Marin County is just like any other county that's been hit hard by the recession. All of it just adds up, and at some point, you know, you have to look at what you're going to give up, and being able to buy healthy, nutritious meals is kind of the first thing that people start looking at.
I think a lot of people think that it's the homeless folks who are accessing all our food pantries. They'd be interested to learn that only about 17% of our food goes to the homeless community. There's a lot of different faces of hunger.
You can't spot them out. They look just like you and I. You have no idea what's going on behind people's closed doors.
People meet low-income folks every day. They may be people that have part-time jobs at a store we go to. We see the folks all the time, but we don't think about it. We don't think about they're the folks that don't earn enough money and have to go to a pantry.
The food bank supplies food to a network of 450 partner organizations, including 230 network pantries throughout San Francisco and Marin.
Now look at that.
That means people like Glenda Robinzine, a low-income senior and cancer survivor, can have access to food right where she lives.
Look how nice this is. With my income, if I was to miss the pantry, one Thursday would miss this pantry, I would have to miss a meal for maybe 2 days.
Most of the families here don't have cars. Most of the families here shop locally. So if there's not a food bank around here, not a distribution site, they're not getting it. And this food comes weekly. It comes at the same time. It's reliable.
Through the food bank's fleet of 17 trucks and its established distribution system, food can get out to hundreds of locations the same day it comes into the food bank, often the same day it comes in from the farm.
Pantry Network has been our key to being able to say yes to farmers, to say anytime somebody calls with a load of cauliflower or broccoli or apples, we say yes.
2/3 of the food distributed from the food bank is fresh produce.
People eating the right food is almost as important as people eating food.
I see the cabbage, and I would take the cabbage and steam the cabbage, and by being from down south, I see the eggs, so that's cornbread.
We set it up market style so they can pick what they want. Everybody gets a certain portion.
There's no stigma, and they're coming in with their kids. The kids don't feel any embarrassment. They go through and they say, I want to take this home.
In 25 years, the food bank has become not really so much an organization, but a community collaboration.
Volunteers contribute about 70 staff members. That's an absolutely integral aspect of our operation.
We count on individuals.
Wyeth Coulter grows and sells pumpkins. He gives a chunk of his proceeds to the food bank.
The food bank is, I feel like, a charity I could really trust. I know what it's doing, I know where the money's going, and I know it's helping all kinds of people.
It happens across the city. People turn out to help other people get the food they need.
It really just lightens the burden. It kind of makes you feel like there's somebody in your corner, so to speak. The food itself is the tangible thing. What that represents has some intangible value that I don't know that we ever will fully understand it.
I hope that this would never end.
It really makes us count our blessings. Every night we are giving thanks for, physical health and, the basics of life that we enjoy.
The food bank's commitment to ending hunger in San Francisco and Marin counties not only provides nourishment, but serves as a support system that anyone can call upon in a moment of need.
You never know when that might need to come back to you. We've been there. We've donated and we've received, and we still want to keep giving.